What's up guys, I'm Malcolm. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the recent picture of the 2 times former Miss Olympia, Big Ramy. So the Arnold 2025, that will mark 2 years since the last time Big Ramy stepped on a bodybuilding stage. And his name not being on the official list for this upcoming Arnold, that makes it kind of official and a strong case that we might never see Big Ramy on the stage again. Now as fans, we really want to see him bring his best one last time. But is that even realistic at this point? His structure has changed a lot over the years. And for the ones who have any doubts, just look at Big Ramy and his waist back in 2014 and compare that to his last Olympia appearance. So the thing is, we can expect Big Ramy to bring a lot of size for sure. There is no doubt. Nobody was bigger than him, even at the Arnold last year. But the shape just isn't the same anymore. Plus the fact that he had so many atrophies overall in his physique, his triceps, his back, he just cannot bring his best anymore. So other than the passion of competing itself, what does Big Ramy get from competing? Well, certainly not the money, because the Arnold 2023 and that package of Big Ramy, that was pretty damn impressive, and the judges still placed him fourth. They even failed to see any improvements from the Olympia the previous year to the Arnold last year, which was simply unbelievable. And even a guy like Phil Heath said that. So Big Ramy is currently 40 years old. And there are some guys like William Bonac, Brandon Curry, who are older than him, who are still competing at the highest level. But ultimately it is Big Ramy's call. He does look pretty damn massive in those pictures that he posted in the last couple of weeks. So what do you guys think? Will Big Ramy ever come back to the stage? The former Miss Olympia Derek Lunsford, he was easily one of the most upset guy after the results of this year's Miss Olympia, because the worst case scenario that Derek would have thought is that he would have placed runner-up, placing third in his first title defense. That was a very hard pill to swallow, and that must have been so difficult to cope with. But him putting his name for his first ever Arnold in the men's open class, well, that is pretty obvious because Arnold doesn't have the 212 class. That has made things very exciting for this upcoming Arnold. We have 2 Miss Olympias in this lineup who are gonna be battling it out for the Arnold title next year. So assuming this video of Derek, that is a recent one. So this marks him at 11 weeks out of this upcoming Arnold. And really zero surprise there that he is in such an awesome shape right now. Derek was one of those guys who stayed incredibly lean throughout the offseason, throughout the year. And this, I believe, is gonna be much easier prep for Derek compared to the Olympia this year, because he isn't coming out of a very long offseason here this time. So Derek, and whoever is coaching him at the moment, which in itself is a big mystery, because some people are claiming that he's working with AJ Sims, while the others are saying that he's working with Chris Aceto. Chris Aceto, I believe, is the best bet here, but Derek knows that the judges want to see a more balanced physique from him, top to bottom. Even the Olympia 2022 physique, that had such a perfect balance, top to bottom, front to back. But he has just gotten so much bigger in the chest and shoulders and in the upper half that it is obviously going to be a challenge for him and whoever is coaching him this time. So it might be an overdieting issue that led him to dropping so much volume on his squats. And Derek's camp, they must be hoping that it was just that, because that kind of problem, that can be fixed pretty easily. The Mona Lisa of bodybuilding, Andrew Jack finally gave us a sneak peek of what his body composition looks like at 9 weeks out after the Olympia this year, and just under 11 weeks out of this upcoming Arnold. And just him walking in that tank top, not even flexing anything, that gives you a pretty good idea that that is one hell of a starting point for his second ever Arnold. So there is a unique kind of roundness on Andrew Jack and his physique, which makes him such an unbelievable bodybuilder, and he is fully aware of that. And he also knows what he is truly capable of if he brings his 100%. Just like they did for this year's Texas Pro. I believe if Andrew looked exactly the same as he did for Texas at the Olympia this year, he could have been fourth, or maybe even third, because that kind of structure and stage presence, that is just so damn hard to ignore. So this show is gonna be like a redemption arc for Andrew Jack, for Derek Lunsford as well, because they both did not present their best. So a guy like Andrew, that is gonna put everything on the line for this one, and so is Derek. So whoever wins this upcoming Arnold, that will obviously be the favorite to win the Olympia next year. And any of these three guys, Samson, Derek, or Andrew, they can beat each other on their best day. So things can change so quickly in bodybuilding. Because listening to Andrew's trainer Chris Lewis, aka Psycho Fitness, just a few weeks out of the Olympia this year, they were just so confident that Andrew is gonna shock the entire bodybuilding world. But the Olympia version of Andrew, that wasn't as impressive as we all expected. And not just as fans, even his team did not expect that. Now he was kinda lucky. Otherwise, Hunter Labrada, who faded a lot after the prejudging, he could have been 5th, and Andrew would have been 6th. Another day, another physical update from Blessing Awodibu. So that is a 320 pounds monster right there. And he is gonna keep on pushing more for a few more weeks before he officially starts his prep for his first show of next year. And we have to keep in mind, his first show of 2025, that is gonna be the Pittsburgh Pro. And that is still months away. So at least 3 guys of Stefan's, they are gonna be doing the Pittsburgh Pro in 2025. Blessing, Martin, and Regan Grimes. And who knows, maybe James Hollingshead as well. So it is gonna be a very interesting show, considering Nick Fokker might also do that show. So how Stefan handles that sort of pressure and so many clients, and how he makes sure that none of his athletes, they think that they are his favorite, or they even think that he has a favorite. So Blessing looks pretty damn massive in every update that he has posted in the recent past. He is doing both the Pittsburgh Pro as well as the New York Pro. So in order for him to win that show and qualify for the Olympia, he will have to show up with so much improvements that are beyond everyone's imagination, especially in his lower half. And the reason I'm saying that is because the last time he competed against the likes of Regan Grimes, Nathan Diesha, that was at Flex Pro Italy last year, and Blessing just wasn't even in the discussion for the win at that show. In fact, he wasn't even in the top 4. So all the eyes they will again be focused on his quads and how they look the next time he steps on stage, because he has a very impressive upper half, and if he can bring just a tiny bit of improvements in his lower body, he's gonna be dangerous. The 9 weeks post-Olympia physique update from the 2x 212 Olympia champion, Keone Pearson. That is as impressive as it gets. Now he is in no rush to jump back on his cycle, and honestly he doesn't need to. He is just so far ahead of the rest of the competition in this current division, and he isn't even chasing anyone. So they are all chasing him, and as long as Keone keeps on bringing the condition that he brought similar to the Olympia this year, he isn't just gonna win the Olympia. He's gonna keep on dominating it every single year, the way he did this year, and he's gonna keep on creating more gap between him and the second place finisher. So smart play by Keone, extending his health phase for a total of 3 months, which is something we rarely see these days. So the sheer aesthetics of Keone and the way his physique flow and the way his proportions are, they are just so damn incredible, and they are absolutely nuts. And we know that is a future men's open top Olympian that we are looking at right now. So Jake Hadler predicted that Keone is gonna be another story like Hardy and Derek. He is that good. And just imagine Keone Pearson slowly putting on more muscle with every passing year. And if he brings even 212 pounds on the stage with that same waistline, that will be one of the most impressive looking thing that we will ever see on the stage, on any bodybuilding stage. So Keone referred to the reigning Miss Olympia, Samson Blessing, that he wants to catch him in just a few years before Samson retires, and he wants to go up against him. And if everything goes according to the plan, we might see that battle in the next couple of years. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.